Hey guys, this is Wes from JW Sports and Apparel. It's been a good day. We had a lot of fun, told a lot of stories. Well, I know you guys like story time, so we're fixing to do story time with Jerry Bell, Luke Griffin, and Wes Helms. And I'm going to get out of the way, and I'm going to go with Jerry over here. Let's see, Jerry, what you got to say on your story time.
Well, the only thing I can think of really is the time that I faced Harmon Killebrew, who ended up, going into the Hall of Fame. But we're playing against Minnesota, and I'm on the mound, and Harmon Killebrew is up to bat, and we go to a 3-2 count, and I threw him the best slider that I've ever thrown in my life, and I thought it was strike 3, and the umpire called it a ball, and I know it caught part of the plate. It was a great pitch, and so we walked Harmon Killebrew, and I kind of walked in toward the mound. That was my rookie season. And I walked in toward the mound just a little bit, not to show up the umpire, but I guess he could see a little bit of disgust on my face. And the umpire was Ron Luciano, and he took his mask off and stepped out toward the mound. And he said, "Rookie, Mr. Killebrew will let you know when it's a strike." And I said, "Thank you, sir. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you."
That's awesome.
That's a true story.
So for me, I've got a lot of stories about at Missouri and at Purdue, but the one that sticks out to me is that when I was at Missouri, Missouri is a big hunting place, a big hunting state. So we were out there, and it was springtime. It was right during spring training camp, and me and 3 of my buddies, I won't name their names.
Come on.
Accomplishment.
It was me, Jack Samsel, and DJ Bullard. And we went turkey hunting, and we had killed a turkey. And we got the bright idea to take it down Main Street in Missouri in the city of Columbia. And we posed up for a picture for it right in front of the University of Missouri sign. About that time, next thing we know, there's cops showing up. They're pretty upset with us for having a dead turkey set up on the wall of the school. So then we were like, well, let's just take it to the football facility. So we took it to the football facility. There's a big, huge tiger statue, and we're sitting out there, and we were like, well, since they won't let us take a picture there, we'll just take one here. So we ended up hanging the turkey out of the mouth of the tiger and took some pictures there, and we found out about it the next team meeting. We kind of got called out about it. They saw us on the football complex's cameras. So we kind of got caught up there a little bit. So, yeah, that's the story of the turkey in Missouri.
How about you, Wes?
All right, I'll go back. Atlanta Braves days when Greg Maddux and all of us were there. I always tell people, they always ask me, like, Greg Maddux, or, who helped you the most when you come up as a rookie to learn the game and this and this. And it's funny that I always say Greg Maddux, even though I was a position player. Greg Maddux, would help me a lot on days I wouldn't play. If he wasn't pitching, I would sit in the dugout, and Greg would pull me to him, be like, "Hey, come here, rookie, come here, rookie," and he would literally. I didn't realize at the time, but he would just be talking to me about, hey, what to look for. Like, hey, he's a runner on second, no out. How's he going to pitch this guy? Hey, you got a right-handed low ball hitter. How's he going to pitch this guy? Lefty's up, high ball hitter. How's he going to pitch this guy? So he taught me how to sit on certain pitches and certain counts. Mm-hmm. So he always, we sat in the dugout all the time together. And so one day we're sitting there, it was a day game in Atlanta in Turf Field. I'll never forget it. And I think this was my second year in the big leagues. And Greg Maddux looked at me and he goes, "Wes, are you a big leaguer?" I'm like, "Yeah." "What do you mean, Greg?" "I'm a big leaguer." And he's like, "No, are you a big leaguer? Are you a true Major League Baseball player?" I'm like, "Greg, I'm in the major leagues. I'm sitting here beside you. We're in Turner Field. Yes, I'm a big leaguer." He's, "No, you're not." Well, Greg Maddux tells your young player, "No, you're not." Yeah. I mean, my heart dropped to my feet. And I'm like, golly, what did I do to make him mad today? He's never treated me like this. So he sits there and talks to me. He goes, "Let me explain something, Wes." He goes, "You're not a big leaguer. You're in the big leagues." And I'm like, okay, where's this going? He's like, let me explain something to you, Wes. I want you to take this to heart, because hopefully this will sit down deep with you. And one day you'll look back and realize what I'm telling you. He's like, you're in the big leagues. You're not a big leaguer. I'm like, what do you mean? So we started just talking this and this, and I finally said, Greg, just tell me what in the world, what makes me a big leaguer? Just so I know. He goes, the day that you take a crap in all 30 major league clubhouses, you're a true big leaguer. And I'm like, Greg, you know how long that'll take me? And he's like, my point exactly. You're in the big leagues. You are not a big leaguer until you take a crap in all 30 major league clubhouses. All right, I'm in my 11th year in the big leagues, 11 and a half years. I go to Seattle, my last spot. So I'm in there, and I'll get to the clubhouse. It was time, and I go to the restroom, and I sit there. And that was when we finally had cell phones, and everything.
No.
So I took a picture for him and said, Greg, I'm officially a big leaguer.
That's great.
So it took me 11 and a half years for 30 clubhouses, and I finally did it, and I sent it to Greg, and he literally was sent back. He goes, I totally forgot about that, and that you just made my day. So yeah, that was kind of my story with the Hall of Famer Greg Maddux.
That's awesome. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I got another one whenever, but let them go.
You got anything?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't have anything.
So, I mean, this is really the only, I got tons, but like this one here, we're in Atlanta, and I had a cannon. I came up as a third baseman. I mean, I was 96 to 98 across the diamond, and I was just blessed with a great arm. So, Chipper used to always joke with me, because I had a way better arm. And, he's a better player, but I had a better arm. So, I had to play a lot of first when I was in Atlanta, with Chipper at third. And I can't remember who we were playing. It was a night game. Brought in a reliever to get loose, and I'm throwing the ball around, catching it. And I think we're getting ready to, finish it out. And I always throw the ball to one of the infielders in the air to get my arm loose, and then they throw it back. So it was probably seventh inning or so, and I threw one to Chipper, and he just snagged it. He's like, you ain't got nothing. He started like taunting me. And so I was like, all right, next inning I'll get Chipper. So next inning come about, I rolled it to Marcus Giles for call, Chipper. And it was like perfect time. And Chipper was standing behind the pitcher warming up. So like home plate, pitcher, and Chipper's right behind the mound. And I get the ball from either Marcus or for call, and I get it. And I literally pushed off the bag with my right foot. And I went, wham! I got to right here and realized he wasn't looking.
Oh, God.
I let it go, and it squared Chipper up in the chest. And all of you around this area, you're deer hunters.
Yeah.
It hit him, and he went down. And I literally, I'm at first base going, he's dead. Like my heart dropped. Like, he's dead. I'm released. I'm done. I mean, this is like my second year in the big leagues. I'm done. I mean, literally, I'm like, this is not good. So he stands up. He can't. I had to go from first base to third base, and they brought in somebody else to play first base. I'm like, I'm seriously done now. I'm released. So we finish out the game, and we come into the clubhouse. We won. Everybody's waiting in the clubhouse. All the pitchers that pitched in the game and the position for Chipper had to come out. They all kind of wait right there and giving high fives, and every one of them wearing a catcher's mask, catcher's gear, and they're like, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. And so it became a joke. We'll come to find out the next day we get there, the video people pulled it, and it shows the camera that shows the home plate and the pitcher, and it literally shows just Chipper standing there and just goes straight to the ground. But you don't see the ball hitting. All you see is Chipper standing there behind looking toward first, and next thing you know, he's just on the ground. So it became an ongoing joke that, hey, Wes really wanted to be the third baseman in Atlanta. But, hey, so Bobby Cox, even like in the meeting the next day or the next day, is like, Wes, we know you want to play. We know you want to play third, but you don't have to hurt Chipper to get there. So, yeah, that was kind of my scary moment in the big leagues of when I really thought that I just killed one of the best players in the game, and I'm going home.
Good.
Yeah.
So, oh, good.
Got anything, Jerry?
No, I don't really have another.
Got
I
nothing?
don't really have anything.
Go
else.
ahead. People love these stories. You just don't even know.
Well, I'll tell you funny, when we're going to Milwaukee. So it was when Mark DeRosa and I were rookies.
Yeah.
We go to Milwaukee, and during that time, Braves fans know that there was Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer on that team. So young guys didn't play much. So we had to earn our dues. First 3 years of big leagues, we didn't play a lot. So we go to Milwaukee. It was a Sunday game, and Bobby put Mark and I in the lineup, playing third. Mark's playing short. And it was kind of funny. All the reporters came to us before the game, and they're like, "Hey, man, what's gotten into Bobby? You put the B squad in today."
Whoa!
And Mark and I looked at each other like, B squad? Like, really? Like, here again, we're in the big leagues. I mean, we're pretty good. We're just behind some really good players.
Yeah.
And so it kind of didn't sit well with us. As being a competitor, you're like, all right, I'm going to show these reporters. Well, ironically, we went out there, and Mark and I had the best games of our careers. Actually, the best individual game I had during my whole 12-year career. I was 4 for 5 with 2 homers, a triple, and a double, and 7 RBIs.
Damn.
And Mark did the same thing. He was like 3 for 4, 2 doubles. And literally, we blew Milwaukee out that day, and we come in after the game. And, I mean, every reporter was at our locker waiting. They knew what was going on. And it was so funny. They actually apologized to us. They're like, we just want to apologize to you, first of all, because before the game, we called you the B squad, and y'all were like, wait a minute, and then you go out there and backed it up. We want to just show you respect of, like, you stepped up to the plate. We really called you the B squad, and you stepped up to the plate. So that was kind of my claim for fame in the big leagues of, all right, you're going to kind of talk to me like that, I'm going to show you.
One thing you said that had us all laughing. What was the team that you just tore up?
Yeah, so there was actually a funny thing. Like when Chipper was in Atlanta, he was a third. I came up as a third baseman, and part of the thing from Chipper moving the outfield, one of the things was hey, we got to move him away so we can keep Wes here, because I was I came up. It was me and Scott Rowland.
Mm-hmm.
We were the top 2 third basemen in all of baseball coming through the minor leagues, and so they moved Chipper out there. Then they, it was just too hard on his knees and stuff, so they moved him back. Well, then I did get traded to Milwaukee when Ned Yost got the managing job in Milwaukee. And it was funny that Atlanta kind of did that not to trade me, because they really did want me. And even when I got traded to Milwaukee, Sherholz called me and said, we didn't want to do this. Ned wanted to take you with him, and, kudos to you and Ned and stuff, but we want Ned to take a player. They still didn't want to get rid of me. But from the time I left Atlanta till the end of my career, it was like almost 80% of my walk-off hits and homers were against the Braves. and so one of the funny ones was when I was in Florida, we're playing, I'll never forget it, it was 9th inning, we're tied up, and it's runner on second, and cannot remember who's pitching, but I hit a walk-off homer in Florida against the Braves. And the next day, Glenn Hubbard, he came out there to BP, and hey, Wes, come here a minute. He's like, I just got to tell you, when you hit that home run yesterday, Bobby Cox stood up in the dugout, and why in the bleep did we trade this bleep blah blah blah? I told y'all not to trade him. He's haunted us ever since he left the Braves.
I remember they were like, they called you the Braves kid.
Yes, and then on top of that, I didn't tell you earlier, Glavin went to Mets. I hit 2 walk-off home runs against Glavin. And hit like 415 against Glavin. It's something about when I left Atlanta that, people were like, did you hate Atlanta or something? I'm like, no, honestly, it's still today my favorite place I ever played. But I just, for some reason, just destroyed anything with the Braves after I left there. And
I remember Skip Carey saying, well, we got the Braves killer up the back today.
Yeah, Skip called me the Braves killer.
He's like, well, we got the Braves killer up today.
Yeah, it was.
He said, we're hoping to get this guy out, but his lady was on the Braves. And then he said, there he goes, guys.
Yeah.
You hit one out, and Skip said, I don't understand why they got rid of this guy.
Yeah, Skip called me the Braves killer.
Braves
I remember
killer.
that.
I was trying to remember the nickname they gave him. It's Braves killer.
Oh, yeah.
Any more, guys? Hey, guys, they're still here.
It's 3:12. You better get your butt down here. They're leaving at 4. So y'all need to come down here and show some love. And another thing, we want to thank Edna's. Gave some great food today to these guys. And it was really a good turnout. And
What do you think about Edna's?
Oh, it's outstanding.
Luke, you've always ate here.
I've always
Outstanding.
loved Edna's.
Just like Mama used to make.
Yep.
Shout out to Edna's.
Yeah.
Shout out to Edna's, and we appreciate them. Nate actually got worked out. So everybody, if you've not tried Edna's, y'all need to go out and try it. We enjoyed the food, turnip greens, everything. What'd you think, Ethan?
That was good.
Yeah, the ham shanks, he had everything. But yeah, guys, it was a great time here. But we still got them out here. Come out and show some love, guys. I'd like to have more of these guys like this come in as much as we can. I'm out of here. Go Dogs, go Braves, go everybody, go Brewers, go anybody. Just get your butt out here.